Good morning. This meeting of the Fremont County Board of County Commissioners is called to order. This morning we have with us for our invocation Lauren Coleman from New Horizons Ministries. Please rise for the invocation to be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Lauren.
All right, let's pray. Well, Father, we just pause. We give you thanks for being a good and gracious God. We give you thanks for this county, the different communities that are located within it. We give you thanks for these men and women who govern this county, and we pray that you will give them a spirit of wisdom and compassion and mercy and justice as they make decisions so that we can be the community that you desire. And we ask that in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Lauren.
Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks, Lauren.
Roll call.
Commissioner Grantham.
Here.
Commissioner Bell.
Present.
Commissioner McFall.
Present.
County Attorney Bellis.
Present.
County Administrator Croce.
Present.
Planning and Zoning Director Victoria.
Present.
Approval of the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I am unaware of any changes we need to make to today's agenda, so I move to approve as presented.
Second.
Has been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. We have the usual matters of business on there. No public hearings to be scheduled, and a couple of documents with for a ratification of the chairman's signature.
That, Mr. Chair, I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Has been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Move on to the administrative and informational portion of our meeting. We begin with our updates and reports from our staff and elected officials. And we will begin this morning with our sales and use tax report from our Budget and Finance Officer, Sean Sutton.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
So to get started, go through the retail sales tax and auto use sales tax for the months of July and August 2025. To begin with, retail sales tax collections for general fund totaled $893,565. This is $33,779 more than 2024. Year-to-date collections, we sit at $5,469,784. This is $12,733 less than 2024, but we remain ahead of budget by $569,784. The next report is our auto use sales tax collection for the general fund. Again, this is August 2025, which totaled $144,936. This is $29,717 more than 2024. Year-to-date collections, we set at $1,007,911, which is $31,088 more than 2024, and again ahead of budget by $157,911. The next report, as we see, it appears things have changed at the state, so this is no longer a quarterly collection. We are receiving these monthly, but for July 2025, a total of $20,468. This is $8,974 more than 2024. Year to date, we sit at $203,162. which is $37,421 more than 2024, and pretty well right on budget, slightly ahead at $4,829. Next report is Sheriff Retail Sales Tax Collection for July 2025, totaled $595,712. This is $22,519 more than 2024. And then total collections, $3,646,522, which is $8,489 less than 2024, but ahead of budget by $175,689. Sheriff auto use sales tax collection for August 2025 totaled $96,624, which is $19,811 more than 2024. Total collections, $671,942. This is $20,725 more than 2024. And again, ahead of budget by $115,275. So, excuse me, overall, good numbers to report this month, and as we continue to move through 2025.
Okay, thank you, Sean. Any questions, comments?
I would just quickly comment that even looking at our sales tax, the two retail sales tax collections that we have, year-to-date, both of them are down from last year, and yet, for me, the more important number is look at what we budgeted as compared to what we have collected, and we are still far above. So again, I think that the budgeting methods that we use, which we might talk about again here in just a minute, things are working well in Fremont County, so I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you. I agree. I was going to say almost the same thing, but
Yeah, I was thinking it too.
Yeah, it just goes to show that we've talked about it for years because it was just on an incline like crazy, and we knew that it was going to slow down one of these days, and
sometime.
so we were prepared for that. So
Yep.
thank goodness.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Next item on our agenda is our county clerk's monthly report. Turn now to our county clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
The total motor vehicle fees, sales tax, and recording fees collected for August of this year were $1,374,571.63. Of that, Fremont County's portion for disbursement is $745,593.96, which is 54% of the total fees and is $6,178.87 more than August of last year. Year-to-date, the office is up $211,497.15. What I will note, and I'm going to surprise Tony here. Tony, can you go back to Sean's budget portion of it and go down to the auto use collections? Just so that everybody knows, the major sales that happened in '23 and in '24 happened in September, October. And so those were due to big companies selling off to other companies, and so they're selling all of their vehicles. And so we should see a decline from previous years, but we accounted for that budgeting-wise. So I just wanted people to be aware that the next two reports should show the reflection of those sales not happening this year.
Unless something happens this year.
Unless another big company decides to another company and we just do it again.
Do it all over again.
Okay,
All right, Mr. Chair, I have a motion for you.
please.
I move to accept the county clerk's monthly report for the month of August 2025.
Second.
As moved and seconded, any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Bell,
Aye.
Commissioner McFall,
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And we'll just wait until next month for the Debbie Downer in the room.
Jeez, I wonder who's Debbie in here.
Now we move to our county administrator report. County Administrator Tony Carochi.
Morning, Mr. Chair, Commissioners. Good morning, everyone. So we'll begin with our job opportunities that we have posted for the county. In our Fremont County Sheriff's Department, we have a detention deputy position that closes September the 30th. We have a patrol deputy positions that close October the 13th. And a master control officer posting that closes 9/30. Department of Human Services, we have an economic security technician position that closes September the 29th. Child Welfare Adolescent Supervisor that closes 9/24, which is tomorrow. In our Department of Transportation, we have one opening. It's a light heavy-duty technician, and it closes October the 2nd. So for more information about employment opportunities with Fremont County, please visit our county website at fremontcountyco.gov, or you can call our HR department at 719-276-7409. Just a continued reminder, hopefully this will be the last continued reminder, that we have our Vital Records Department of Public Health, which is still operating with limited hours at Garden Park, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., Monday through Thursday. We're closed Fridays, of course. If you are needing access to vital records during hours when we're not open, which is 8 to 1 p.m., you can contact the Pueblo Department of Public Health and Environment, their Vital Records Department at 719-583-4555, or Chaffey County Vital Records Department, 719-539-4510. Our County Assessor's Office, just a continued reminder again that the Fremont County Assessor's Office has temporarily moved to the Garden Park Public Health Building. They anticipate a return to the County Administration Building by October the 15th. The remodel is almost complete, and we are ahead of schedule, so we're hoping that we should be over there in the next couple weeks and be up and running again. Department of Transportation, our Fremont County DOT will be conducting bridge repairs on County Road 142, which I pulled up a little map here that Justin showed me how to do. So you can see that's east of Florence off of 115. During this time, the road will be closed to through traffic from Monday, September the 29th through Thursday, October the 2nd, 2025. The road will be closed from State Highway 115 to East 3rd in Florence. Dates are subject to change according to weather conditions and work scheduling, and we will notify you of any changes to this date. Then, reminder about our fly-in and drive-in at the airport, Fremont County Airport, which is scheduled for October the 4th from 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Please come out and bring your families for a fun morning of breakfast, classic cars, and interesting aircraft. We look forward to seeing you there. And that's all I have this morning, Mr. Chair.
Okay, excellent. Any questions or comments for Mr. Croce?
I just have a comment. I think that fly-in is the same day as the Penrose Apple Day Parade, so make a day of it. Go to the airport and then go to Penrose.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Pancake breakfast and then over for the parade and.
And apple pie.
Excellent.
And apple pie.
They have apples at the Apple Day Parade? Maybe. Yes, they
Most
have a lot of
years.
apples at the Apple Day Parade. Well, excellent. Thank you, sir. We now move on to our turn. Anybody have an update or anything they'd like to share with the millions watching online?
Millions.
Well, we always do. So thanks, I'll go ahead and jump in. Just two really quick things. First, I just wanted to remind everyone, we are in the middle of working on the 2026 budget. And by we, I really mean Mr. Sutton and his crew and all of our other elected officials as well as our department heads. I've been really impressed this year with the numbers that are coming in because we keep trying to kind of warn everyone that next year, 2026, could be a very interesting year when it comes to collecting property taxes. We're still not 100% certain what that's going to look like, so we are trying to budget accordingly and to be very, very conservative, and that's what all of these folks are doing. So just a public acknowledgement of appreciation to everyone who has turned in their budgets, all the hard work that they're all doing, and to let the public know this is an ongoing issue. We will continue working with the budget for the next few months with. It will be prepared and on the website by sometime in November. I don't have that actual date, but we will, through these meetings, let you know when that's available. And we will, of course, have our normal public hearing where we would love to have some input from all of you. The other thing I wanted to mention, Mr. Chair, is we did, once again, yesterday, we recorded another issue of One Fremont. That's our local podcast where we get together. And so far, it's really kind of been the three of us chatting about what's happening throughout Fremont County. We have big plans to bring in some other people, including our elected officials, maybe a department head or two. But for those of you listening and the millions around the world, you can find it by going to youtube.com and Google One Fremont, all one word, Colorado, and it pops up. You can watch any of those at any time. So, all right. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner?
Yeah, thank you. I just want to mention, kind of goes along with the budget. Every year we get a PIL payment, which is payment in lieu of taxes, which is money that we get from the federal government for the amount of federal lands that we have in our county that we cannot collect property tax from. I missed the last commission meeting because I was out in DC. We go out once a year, commissioners from all over the country that have public lands, and lobby Congress for these PILT payments. Every year we got to worry whether they're going to fund that or not. We've been trying to get some permanent funding for it, which hasn't happened yet, but at the same time, we still try to get yearly funding for it. And as you know, the federal government's right now working on a continuing resolution. We hope it's in there for next year. Who knows what's going to happen with it yet, but Fremont County has just under 500,000 acres of public land, federally owned public land. And we get about a little more than $1.4 million for that, which we at one time used to have to use to balance our budget, because we do have to have balanced budgets. The federal government doesn't, though, so they're not as easy to understand why this is important to county. There are some counties in Colorado that have 97% public land, so they have a very small property tax base, and they depend on this just to allow normal services to happen. But with the influx of people using our public lands in our county and in our state, it's very important that we have this money, because it helps law enforcement, it helps search and rescue, it helps emergency services, it helps the road departments. All of our roads lead to federal property. So we pushed really hard for that. We had some really great meetings. We had over 80 meetings with senators and congresspeople. And hopefully we got the message to those, especially east of the Mississippi, because they don't understand it, they don't care. They kind of use it as a pawn. I'll vote for this if you'll vote for this. And we stress the importance of it, because those people are coming to use our public lands as well. So I think it was a real good meeting, and good meetings, I should say, a couple of days worth there at Capitol Hill. And it's worth the advocacy for us to push that for Fremont County and Colorado. And then to go right along with that, we've been getting some moisture, but the fire danger is still really high. If you've noticed, the lightning has started several fires around the area lately, and we don't want people to start those. So be very careful and diligent while you're out there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I believe the technical correct term is Congress critters.
Congress critters.
Congress critters. Thank you for that. In fact, that topic, as well as our budget, were topics on our One Fremont podcast yesterday that we posted, and we talked in a little bit more depth on that. I think it's going to be one of those things we'll try to get the clerk on, because of elections and whatnot going on in his office sometime soon. Do you have any updates on that, by the way?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay.
And for those who don't know, when it comes to elections, we actually had to mail out UOCAVA ballots on Friday, Saturday last week. Those are the ballots that go out to overseas citizens and military. So the ballots are ready to go. The sample ballots are on our website as well. So if you want to see what your ballot would be, or potentially would be, you can go to our website. If you haven't updated your address, this is the week to do it, because this is the week we get all that information so we can send to our print vendor to have the 33,500 and something ballots printed to be mailed out to all active registered voters. So just know that that's happening. And I know there's construction on Justice Center Road, but it should be completed before the ballot box opens at DHS, because we have a new ballot box out there that's a drive-through. So hoping that it's open, but know that we do have 5 drop-off locations. October 17th, I believe, is that Friday that the mail ballots go out. The drop box across the street in Garden Park will be open. That's a drive-through drop box. And then the following Monday on the 20th, the other 4 drop boxes will open for people to deposit their ballots. Ballots will be mailed out October 13th, I believe, is that Monday? Or I might be off a week. It's blending right now. But the ballots will be mailed out on time, and the boxes will be open on time. And if you have any need or need to know what's going on, please visit our website at fremontcountyelections.co.gov for that information. And if you want to come down and talk to us, you're more than welcome to come down and talk to us as well. So,
Okay.
October 13th is a Monday.
yes.
Yeah, is that the one? Be that one or the
Maybe.
6th, maybe?
Yeah.
So we're back to maybe.
Sometime in October.
Sometime in October, we'll mail it out, but we'll mail it out on time due to whatever statute tells us to do. And, but
Okay. Well, I think I just heard from our city council representative that Justice Center is guaranteed to be done in time. Oh, I just see a smile now. Okay.
A denial smile. I don't know.
All right. At this point, we move on to our portion of the agenda for citizens who wish to address the commissioners on a matter not scheduled on the agenda. I don't have any slips of paper in front of me. Is there anyone here that is here to address us on something not on the agenda? Not seeing any. We will move on to new business. We begin our new business with an update from the Lutheran Church Camp and the United States Forest Service land swap. And with us, I think we have Mr. David Jarvis, Destiny Chapman, and come on up and turn that mic on there first thing. Introduce yourselves and proceed.
Yeah. And we have one other person with us too. Chris Lieber is one of our board members that joined us today. I'm Dave Jarvis, an executive director at Rainbow Trail Lutheran Camp.
Destiny Chapman, District Ranger for the San Carlos Ranger District, United States Forest Service.
Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for the chance to be back with you. It's looking back through our documents, it's been 3 years, which is really hard to believe. But 3 years ago, you provided a letter of support for us for the exchange, and appreciate that one more time. Important part of step in the process, and we thought it was important to at least give you an update of where we are and how things are moving right now. So want to reiterate that the land exchange proposal that we submitted back then in essence has not changed. Fundamentally is exactly the same as what it was when we presented it several years ago. I'm going to invite Chris up to give some of the points of updates since the last time we were here, and then a few more things, and we'll pass it to Destiny.
Great. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Chris Lieber, and I have the privilege of serving on the Board of Directors for Rainbow Trail. And this has certainly been a journey for us, and we're fortunate to have a great partner in the Forest Service and in Destiny. But wanted to just share with you some of the important steps. While 3 years have gone by, there's been a tremendous amount of work and effort on our side to bring us to really where we are today. As you can imagine, we've been busy getting appraisals for both the campsite as well as the parcel that will be exchanged with the Forest Service. An important part of that is equalizing the value, and in this case, that means adjusting the acreage until we have equivalent value. And so I think maybe when we were here before, we were talking about a parcel that was about 100 acres in size. We now know that that's in the neighborhood of 94 acres in size. We've set monuments for the parcel, and I think it's important to note that this particular piece, about I'm going to say 7/8 of the site is in Custer, and 1/8 is in Fremont, and so the piece kind of straddles the county line. Another really important piece, both to the Forest Service as well as to our neighbors, is that we are putting together a conservation easement, and what that does is it ensures that there will be a buffer really between the camp and particularly our neighbors to the north, which are the Fremont County residents. And so there's a baseline inventory that's done as part of that, and a wide variety of different studies. We're right on the very tail end of wrapping that up. And then finally, we've been working on a site master plan for the camp. And one of the things we've heard loud and clear from the folks that enjoy that camp is that this is not an effort to look at major expansion. It's an effort to really be able to preserve kind of the legacy there, and also preserve what's special. And so how can we make the camp better? But again, not in terms of a major expansion there on the hillside. So with that, one of the very next steps that we're headed towards is another round of public comment period. We expect that to take place in the month of November, probably later November. You may receive some questions during that time. I can imagine that, so we wanted to just kind of give you a heads up around that. And we're hoping then to be able to conclude the exchange sometime in middle of 2026. But with that, what I'd like to do is to turn it over to Destiny Chapman to talk a little bit and give her perspective. So thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Destiny.
Hello, good morning, all.
Good morning.
Thanks for the opportunity to be before you today. Appreciate it. Yes, we've been working on this potential exchange for quite some time, and it's the government, doesn't always move quickly, but we're definitely making progress. A few steps that we still need to go through on getting some concurrence levels from the State Historic Preservation Office, and so we're working through that. The public comment period that is coming up, that will run for 30 days. Then we'll address those comments and then move towards finalizing that decision. There are some other things that have to take place. Some reviews by Bureau of Land Management on mineral potential report and that sort of thing. So some of those things are going to take a little bit of time before we can actually sign the final decision. And once that decision is signed, then we can move towards closing on the property. The parcel that would transfer into federal ownership is in Fremont County, up on Lock Mountain, and is that 120 acres, do I remember right? 120 acres that is a private inholding that would move into federal ownership and provide for recreational opportunities for the public, hunting, hiking, that sort of thing over in that area. So something we've been working on a long time. Do believe this is in the interest of the public for this exchange to go through. We do expect there'll be a couple of groups that have some comments that just aren't in favor of land exchanges in general. That's not atypical, and so we will address those comments when they come in. So, if you have any questions, please let me know.
Okay. Any questions, comments?
Sounds like our PILT payment needs to be upped a little bit once that exchange gets done, because it's taking it out of private inholding into federal property.
They will adjust.
It will.
All right. Anything?
No, I appreciate you guys coming and give us that update. I wondered where that had been, and I didn't realize it was 3 years ago already, but
Right.
yeah, it's not a quick process.
The wheels move
No, it's,
slowly.
I was telling Destiny, the consultant we've been working with, his daughter was in kindergarten when we started, and she may finish college.
Yeah.
So it's-
Well, we hope not.
it's been a journey, but thank you for your support and again, walking with us in this journey. And we'll keep you informed as things move.
Thank you.
As well,
That'd be
but
great.
we feel like we're getting closer to the end than we've been, so.
Good.
Okay.
And the commissioners are on our mailing list when this does go out for public comment, so you'll get that notification.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Great. Well, thank you all. I appreciate that.
All right, thank you much.
Thank you.
Just so everybody's aware of the schedule this morning, we are scheduled for a public hearing at 9:30. That 9:30 means we can't start it before 9:30. We will try to actually get through a couple more items here because I think the bulk of the people in the room are actually on these first couple of items. And then we will take care of the Q-ish zone change public hearing and then come back and do the minor subdivision after the appointments. When we come back after the public hearing. So let's go ahead and go to item number 2, a proclamation recognizing October 2025 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And with us today, Sarah Fisher with Family Crisis Services. So,
How are you
Sarah,
guys
please.
today?
morning.
Sarah, thanks for being here.
Thank you. I wanted to say that first. Thank you for having us again. I will make this quick in the interest of time. But just as a little bit of a refresher, the month of October is nationally recognized as the month of domestic violence awareness. And my organization, Family Crisis, this is what we do. So we service all of Fremont County and Custer County in matters related to sexual assault and domestic violence. And so, you guys, we are asking today that you would approve a proclamation. Do you have copies of this, or would you like for me to read it? How would you like to
We
do
would love
this?
for you to read it.
Okay, wonderful.
We do have copies, but we still would like for you to read it.
I would gladly read that. So this is just a request for Domestic Violence Awareness Month proclamation to be passed here in Fremont County. Whereas 1 in every 4 women and 1 in every 7 men will experience domestic violence during her lifetime. Whereas approximately 15.5 million children are exposed to domestic violence every year. Whereas when a family member is abused, it can have long-term damaging effects on the victim and also leave a mark on the family, the friends, and the community at large. Whereas the problem of domestic violence is not confined to any group or groups of people, but crosses all economic, racial, gender, educational, religious, and social barriers, and is sustained by societal indifference. Whereas the crime of domestic violence violates an individual's privacy, dignity, security, and humanity due to the systematic use of physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, and economic control and/or abuse. Whereas victims should have help to find the compassion, comfort, and healing that they need, and domestic abusers should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. Whereas victims of violence should have access to medical and legal services, counseling, emergency and transitional housing, and other supportive services so that they can escape the cycle of abuse. Whereas important partnerships have been formed among criminal, juvenile justice agencies, healthcare providers, allied professionals, and victim services to assist victims of domestic violence and their families. Whereas we dedicate ourselves to protecting vulnerable members of our community. Whereas Fremont County has a moral obligation to prevent and work to prevent domestic violence, address its brutal and destructive efforts, and end domestic violence as a local priority. Now therefore, let it be proclaimed that Fremont County Board of Commissioners does hereby proclaim the month of October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month and urge all citizens to actively support Family Crisis Services work toward elimination of domestic violence. The foregoing resolution was adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the County of Fremont, State of Colorado, held in Canyon City on the 23rd day of September 2025 by the following vote.
Which will take place here very shortly. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Any comments or questions? Not questions.
Just one comment. We do several proclamations like this for different things, and this is another one that we have a Domestic Violence Awareness Month. It should be awareness all the time, but I think this draws it back to the top again, and hopefully that you and your organization are making a dent, but everybody else can too, in preventing this from happening. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would add to that 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men. Those are startling numbers. And so anyone who might be thinking, well, I don't know anyone who has been touched by domestic violence, they're wrong. Mm-hmm. They're wrong. It's typically, it's a hidden crime. No one likes to bring it out to the light and to share those things. So maybe take a look at the people that you know and see if there's anything you can do to step in and help. The only other comment that I would make is 15.5 million children every year are touched by this. That's a horrifying number. It's way too many kids. So thank you and your entire organization for everything that you do to help eradicate domestic violence. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you, Debbie.
Yes,
Can I
thank you.
just
Go
comment
ahead.
one more thing? Because of exactly what you're saying, our goal is simply to spread awareness, but then the question would come, like, if you did know of a situation, if it is around you, if you are sort of becoming aware of the fact that somebody in your community needs help, what would you do? And the answer to that would be our 24-hour hotline. Would you guys mind if I just gave that number?
Please.
Just in case?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. It is 24 hours, and I just want to emphasize that it's manned locally. So if someone were to call, they're going to get somebody that's local. We can be boots on the ground right away if there's an emergency. That number is 719-275-2429, and that is 24 hours, 365 days a year.
Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you. 275-2429. Okay, great. Thank you. We are privileged to have folks like Sarah and all the folks that work out there, Family Crisis Services. We're fortunate across this county in many different organizations, and this is one of the many great organizations that helps our folks here and is addressing things like domestic violence, and we're happy to partner with you in this.
Thank you.
In this way. So, is there any motion I could?
Certainly.
Please.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I move to approve this proclamation recognizing October of 2025 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month here in Fremont County.
Second.
Has been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thanks, Sarah.
Well, I would like to get a picture
Before you
Yes,
run
thank
away.
you.
before you run away.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you again, Sarah. All right, it is 9:35, but we are going to go ahead and take care of item number 3 first, and that will release the group here. Amendment number 1 for CUP 24-001. This is a request to amend the condition 13.A of Resolution 12, series of 2025 for CUP 24-001, Red Creek Quarry. And with us from Amrise
Yes, sir.
is Tim Smith. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and proceed and tell us what you have in this application.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Tim Smith from Amrise, as stated. I want to thank you for your time, and I want to apologize that we missed this in the first go-through, but we are requesting that item 13A in Resolution 12 be modified. There is verbiage in there that says we will operate during daylight hours only. And as our current operation, our current mine and our current plant operate 24 hours a day, we would like the permit to state that we have unrestricted hours of operation at the new quarry. We've been very good neighbors to our existing quarry. Houses there are 300 to 500 feet away, and we don't get complaints because we are very mindful of them. At the new operation, the closest structure or home is 1.5 miles away. So we feel it would be much better neighbors. And we do not plan on running 24 hours a day. We would just like that safety buffer. We are planning on 12 hours per day, but we don't want the daylight restriction.
Okay.
So we respectfully ask if we could have that changed.
Okay. Thank you. We'll move to our staff for a staff report.
I think I'm going to be repeating a lot of the same things. Yeah, so here we have Amrise. It's a amendment to a contingency of the resolution. They request to amend one condition of CUP 24-001, condition 13A, Resolution 12, Series 2025, which states the days and hours of operation shall be limited to daylight hours, 8 to 12 hours daily, up to 7 days a week. Amrise is requesting unrestricted operating hours at the Red Creek Quarry. They are expecting to operate a 12-hour shift, 7 days a week, but due to unforeseen conditions at the plant, there may be times when Red Creek Quarry will need to operate 24 hours a day. They've met all of their submittal requirements. The department did reach out to the Division of Parks and Wildlife on August 26th by email, and we have not received any correspondence back. So with all of our, with everything we have in front of us, the department recommends approval of the amendment to Resolution 12, Series 2025, 13A, to be amended to unrestricted operating hours 7 days a week if needed.
Okay. Any questions for either the applicant or Mr. Victoria?
Not at this time.
No.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I got a motion for you.
That's kind of where we're at, isn't
What were
it?
you looking
If
for?
I guess I would have a comment before a motion.
Yeah.
Something I feel the need to explain. So when this CUP request originally came from us, I had to recuse myself from that vote, because at the time, I had an existing financial arrangement with Amrise through a different organization that I belong to. I just would like to clarify that arrangement no longer exists, so I am finally free to vote on Amrise.
Very good.
All right. I just, for anyone who might want to know why I didn't vote on that, but would vote on this, that would be why. All right,
And
thanks.
thank you for that. And just to kind of clarify on the comments that were made by Mr. Smith and Mr. Victoria, if you hadn't heard this discussion before on the original hearing and application, if you're not familiar with where this is, then you probably really don't have to worry about it. To be perfectly honest, this is remote. This is remote. I should be very careful.
Yeah.
I should be very careful what I say, right? But there's a reason why they're making this application, why they're asking for this, because the proximity of neighbors is, it's not close.
That's correct.
And you said 1.5 miles from the nearest one, and then you'd probably look at the next nearest one after that, and we're talking miles. I'm seeing this, yeah.
And I'm guessing it's a little hilly too. You may not even see the 1.5 miles away.
Yes, that's correct. You
Yeah.
can't direct line of sight to it.
And so I just want to, all kidding aside, getting folks just kind of an idea of what is being asked for and why it's being asked for is because of the remote nature of this operation. Even the current quarry, driving down the highway, you don't necessarily see it unless you know exactly what you're looking for. And this is going even more remote out into the southeast part of the county. So anyway, now that I stuck my foot in my mouth a couple times, I will have somebody bail me out with a motion.
With all that, Mr. Chair, I've got a motion for you. I agree with most everything you said and how you said it, but maybe what you said and how you said it.
There you go. Thank
Yeah.
you.
This is, I have a motion to approve amendment number 1 for CUP 24-001, which is an amended, see, can't talk,
Easy for
amending
you.
the condition 13A, resolution number 12, series of 2025 for CUP 24-001. And what it will do is allow unrestricted operating hours for the Red Creek Quarry. Whew.
There you go.
I'll second that.
Thank you very much.
It has been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Tim.
And, yeah, well, I'll be recovering on this one.
Couldn't even bail you out good there, sorry.
Going to be a few minutes?
All right, it is that time. We will need to go ahead and move into our public hearing, and then we will come back to the rest of the agenda on the new business. Next item on the agenda in the public hearing is a zoning change 25-001 Q-ish. This is for a rezone from the current zone district residential 3 to residential 2. And with us, I hope, is Alan Doran. And I will go ahead and just open this so I don't forget, open the public hearing. And Mr. Doran, please go ahead and proceed and tell us what you have in mind here.
Thank you for your time.
You bet.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Alan. I volunteered to help Ralph and Joanne Kiwish with the project. Their desire to do a minor subdivision to split off a small parcel for a friend. So the zone change, as you said, is going to go from Zone 3 to 2, which will allow a minimum size of a 4.5 acre parcel. The intention for the parcel will be for another single-family residence, an outbuilding for a barn. It'll blend in with the character of the neighborhood. This will allow, it's kind of an odd-shaped lot. I don't know if you have questions on that. There's an easement we needed to work around with the railroad to get the driveway in without crossing it. And we've been working with Dan and his team on all the regulations of Fremont County. We've passed those, went through the Planning Commission, we're past that, and brings us here today.
Okay.
All right.
Any questions for the applicant?
None at this time?
No, well, yes, one just kind of comment, it's, your battle, we'll call it, with the railroad is kind of crazy, and it's been abandoned since 92, 94, but yeah, you still got to go through all the hassle to try to get around that, so you made provisions to not cross it, which is good for you.
We started this project, it's been close to 2 years ago. Dealing with the railroad alone was 6 months before we got an answer out of them. Dealing with some surveyors, one of them had some health issues, another one got ghosted. It's just been a continuing project for a long time. But like I said, we've worked with planning and zoning, and we've dotted all the i's and crossed the t's and brought us here today.
So maybe a very long process, but you're at the finish line.
Thank you.
Okay. turn this time to our staff, Mr. Victoria, for a staff report.
All right, here we have a request for a zone change 1, Q-ish 25-001. The purpose of this rezone is to change the zone district from residential 3 to residential 2. The current parcel is 41 acres, more or less, with a net tract area of 35.5 acres, excepting the right-of-way for the DNRGW Railroad and Fremont County Road 45. This zone change would allow the owner the ability to apply for a subdivision with lots smaller than the 18-acre minimum of residential 3, while still maintaining a rural characteristic of the District 5 Upper Arkansas Valley District. The applicant believes Arkansas River Corridor will retain its visual qualities, scenic resources if the zone changes to the residential 2 district. The location is 360 Granite Hills Road, Cotopaxi. The current zoning is residential 3. To the north is residential 3 and the use is residential. To the east, residential 3 and the use is residential. To the south, we have residential 3 and residential 2, use is residential. And to the west, we have residential 3 zone district with a residential use. We currently have one access point, and that's located on Granite Hills Road. The southwest corner is in a floodplain. For public comments and concerns, we have no written comments received. However, individuals have come in to inquire about the process of a zone change and had verbal concerns about losing the rural characteristics of the area due to a higher density. For agencies' comments, building department. The department doesn't have any records on this property, but the assessor is indicating there are possibly 2 dwellings on the property. When code enforcement went out, they did an inspection. They did not find any code violations, and they could not confirm a second residence on the property. So with all of that being said, having found the application is in compliance with the requirements of the Fremont County zoning resolution, staff recommends approval of the zone change 1 from residential 3 to residential 2 zone district.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Victoria?
I do not.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. If we have more questions, we'll have you come back up.
Thank you.
Okay. At this time, this is a public hearing and it has been noticed. And if there is anybody here that wishes to address the Board of County Commissioners on this matter, then please come on forward, and may have you fill out a slip of paper for us so that we get your name right.
My name's Mike Schaefer. I live in the western part of Fremont County. My property borders Ralph and Joanne's property. I made 3 copies of the Fremont County Assessor's Report. Maybe I could hand these to you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
First 3 pages are of interest.
Thanks, sir.
Then there's pictures in the back of that, of the houses. There are 2 residents on that property. They're separated by a 3-car garage and a breezeway. The roofs extend, there's 3 different roofs. They do extend and touch building to building. I have 3 points to make. One is if they have 2 residences. 2 is if you allow R2 to extend to their property, there are 6 or 7 other properties that then will be able to extend R2 to their properties. Then we get also, this R2 will allow Ralph and Joanne to split this property again, not just this time, but one more time. Then 6 more properties are able to change to R2 and divide into 4.5-acre tracts. At the present time, Ralph and Joanne have had to re-drill their well because of lack of water. Their land borders me to the west. My neighbor borders me to the south. He's had to drill a well on my property because he can't get water on his property. And that borders Ralph and Joanne's property as well. When you add these additional homes, I can see in the future that we could have water problems.
So you have two properties there, correct?
I do.
A 10-acre parcel, a little over 10, and one that's 14?
That's correct.
Okay.
Both of the current homes have front and back doors. They're not accessible by indoors. They have their own heating, their own kitchens, their own bathrooms, their own bedrooms. They're two separate houses, as stated on the assessor's website.
As I was going through this, I looked at that the other day too, but the guys just drove by, they didn't go confirm anything? How did that happen?
So they go onto the site, they don't do an inspection from the roadway, they go onto the site, but code enforcement does not go inside of structures. It's not something they do. So from the exterior of the home and in conversations with the owners, it's been stated that two homes do not exist, and visually they couldn't confirm that it was being used as a second home.
Thanks.
So I may not be the best one to address this, so Dan or Eric, either of you feel free to clean up what I say. But I would like to address your concerns that if we approve this today, that suddenly homes are going to be populated everywhere because we just approved them all. That's not correct. Anyone who chooses to do a zone change for every parcel will have to come before this board to have that approved. Furthermore, you made the statement that this also would allow the key wishes to further divide and to continue building there. Again, that's not going to happen before someone comes to this board. And that's really the next item for the key wishes that we're going to discuss, which is a minor subdivision. So just having a rezone doesn't automatically allow anything else to happen there. So I just want that to be clear.
You're correct, yep. A minor subdivision or zone change will always have to come back to this board for a decision.
Thank you.
My understanding is the reason that they are able to change their zoning to R2 from R3 is because they border a property that is R2. Is that not correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then, if they are R2, there's 7 other properties that border them that then could apply and change their zoning to R2.
They could apply, yes, that is correct. My point is,
That's
they
correct.
cannot automatically do that,
I
which is
understand
what
that.
your comments made it sound like. It's automatic, anyone else up there can just do that. So I'm seeking clarification.
Okay.
I want to let the members of the public know that we are considering this property and this property only today. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
I guess my question on the second, purported second residence, is it when we look at these pictures, I take it it's the one that you're referring to is the one that's attached to the garage on that back side of the garage? Okay.
That's the 2-bedroom house.
Okay. Any other questions for the witness?
No.
Okay.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for
Thank you,
your
Mr.
time.
Schaefer. Appreciate it. Is there anyone else here that would like to speak to the matter before us on the zone change 25-001? Seeing none, close the public hearing. This time, we ask your pleasure, your preference, commissioners. Are there any more questions for the applicant, any more for the staff?
I have no questions, but I do have a motion, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you.
I just have a comment first before you do that.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, if there are in fact 2 residents up there, that doesn't affect this potential that we're going to hear in a little bit, another subdivision because it's off of that property. But what if there are 2 houses on that single property?
So if there's 2 houses on that
2
property.
being used, I guess.
If there was 2 dwellings on that property, we do not have a approved accessory dwelling permit for that parcel. Now, if it predates zoning, then it's acceptable. If it's developed into a second family after zoning's been in place, they have the ability to apply for an accessory dwelling unit if it meets the criteria. So if it doesn't predate zoning, and if it's not a permitted ADU, it's a violation, and therefore applications can't be in front of us. But we have no proof that it is, and we can't verify, and they say it is not. So there's no, if I thought there was a violation on the property and it was something that we could prove, this would not be presented to you at this time.
Thanks.
Okay. When it comes to matters like these versus, like say the assessor's records and whatnot, what is the definition of a residence?
So that's normally building department, but that is sleeping, sanitation, cooking. That's one.
Kitchen, bathroom,
Bedroom.
heat.
Yes. Yeah, so if you can cook there, you can go to the bathroom there, cooking, cleaning, and, or cooking, sanitation, and heat. Bedrooms.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to have separate bedrooms in order to be a residence.
No, it does not.
You could take a tough shed and put a sink in well, I shouldn't go there.
I've seen those.
Careful, Commissioner.
Anyway. But I mean, as far as our purposes here, I mean, we have testimony to this effect, but we don't have eyes-on physical confirmation of this in this situation.
We do not, and when the applicant was questioned, they stated it is not a second dwelling.
Okay. Okay. Commissioner Bell, you had something?
Yes, if you're prepared for a motion.
I am.
All right. I move to approve this zone change 25-001 for Keywish to change this zone district from residential 3 to residential 2 as proposed.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve zone change 25-001 Kewish for changing from residential 3 to residential 2. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
With that matter is concluded. We will go back and start our new business where we left off. We'll take care of these 4 appointments before we do the minor sub. So if it's okay, we have, beginning with number 4, appointment of the new member to the Fremont County Airport Advisory Board for a term ending October 1, 2028. And that is Mr. Marshall Cook.
Marshall Cook.
Now, we've heard some good things about Mr. Cook, and he is a certified pilot and is a user of our airport here and would like to be a member of our advisory board, and he comes with recommendation from other board members. So If there is a motion, I will take one.
A motion for you, Mr. Chair. First of all, I'd like to say that these positions that we're filling were advertised on our website for volunteers, those that are interested. We did receive letters from all of those that we're going to talk about today that showed interest in this, and then also recommendations from other folks. With that, I would move to appoint a new member of the Fremont County Airport Advisory Board for a term ending October 1st, 2028, and that is Marshall Cook.
Second.
Has been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next item, item number 5, an appointment of new member to the Fremont County Board of Zoning Adjustment for a term ending February 28, 2027.
Yes, Mr. Chair, this will fill a seat that currently is vacant, so it is shorter than our normal 3-year time frame. So with that, I move to appoint Tim Payne as the new member to the Fremont County Board of Zoning Adjustment for a term that will end on February 28th of 2027.
Second.
Oh, boy. Tim Payne.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It hasn't moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item number 6, appointment of new member to the Fremont County Board of Zoning Adjustment for a term ending February 28, 2027.
So, Mr. Chair, we do have an alternate position on that Board of Zoning and Adjustment, who fills in when a regular member can't be there. And Mr. Michael Croge, I don't know how you say his last name, Croge,
I think so.
has interest in that, and I move to appoint him as a member of Board of Zoning and Adjustment as an alternate, with a term ending February 28, 2027.
Second.
Has been moved and seconded to appoint Michael Croge for the alternate member for the Fremont County Board of Zoning Adjustment, to term ending February 28, 2027. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And number 7, appointment of a new member to the Fremont County Fair Board for a term ending December 31, 2026.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we also have a vacancy currently on our Fremont County Fair Board, and Kevin Mamalji of Florence, who currently is the cat superintendent for our Fremont County Fair, has expressed an interest in filling that position. So it's a very short turnaround right now. He won't be appointed to the board for long, but he will be eligible for reappointment for a normal 3-year term once this one's up. So I move to appoint Kevin Mamalji to the Fremont County Fair Board for a term that will end on December 31st of 2026.
I still can't believe they show stuff with cats, but anyway,
Indeed they
second
do.
that. Yeah, they do.
People love their cats, Dwayne.
They do. It has been moved and seconded to appoint Kevin Mamalji as a member of the Fremont County Fair Board for a term ending December 31, 2026. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And last but not least, we come to item number 8, minor subdivision 25-002 Hewish. This is a request for the approval for a minor subdivision that will create a total of 2 lots located at 360 Granite Hills Road, Cotopaxi, Colorado 81212. And with us again, Mr. Doran. Now, was it Doran or Duran?
Doran.
Doran.
That's how it's pronounced.
Okay.
Thank you for your time once again.
Yes, sir.
Again, representing Ralph and Joanne, they're requesting this minor subdivision for the division into 2 lots. In the future, any building that'll be done, of course, will be done to Fremont specifications, working with the building department. It'll be a single-family residence with probably an outbuilding for horses.
Okay.
I have one question, Mr. Chair.
Please.
So the property that is currently there, are there 2 homes on that property that are being used as residents?
No, there's not. There's a single, roof that covers all of it, and there is 2 kitchens. But, I mean, I don't think that it's the only house in the world with 2 kitchens, as far as that goes. The county was out and took a look at it. I don't know how much more we can do.
Thank you.
Okay. Any questions?
Not at this time.
Okay, then at this time, we turn to Mr. Victoria for a staff report.
All right. Here we have minor subdivision, Q-ish 25-002. Representatives Alan Doran for Ralph and Joanne Q-ish. The purpose is for a 2-lot minor subdivision, and the location is 360 Granite Hills Road, Cotopaxi. Lot number 1 is currently serviced by a private well, has an on-site septic system. It has electricity from Sangre de Cristo and a wireless provider for phone. The proposed Lot 2 will have all of the same things. Lot number 1 has a dwelling and outbuildings. Lot number 2 is lot number 2 is vacant. Lot number 1, where the residence is proposed to be 26.367 acres, and lot number 2 will be 8.911 acres, exceeding the 4.5 acre minimum requirement of that zone district. Currently, lot 1 doesn't meet its front setback with an existing structure. It's a legal non-conforming sort of deal. The front yard setback is supposed to be 50 feet, so they're at 40.6. No big deal. We talk about that a little bit later. Lot number 1 has a recorded easement for access from Granite Hills Road. The proposed lot 2 is going to take access on County Road 45. The applicant has requested 2 waivers. One for a drainage plan report at the time of development for lot number 2, and for the soil testing for an OWTS for a septic system at the time of development. So comments received, the Western Fremont Fire Protection District, John Walker, initially had concerns about the access and was requesting a 2-lane driveway going in. I gave John a call because I've never seen that before, and we had a discussion about it. Mr. Walker said a pull-off on the driveway is acceptable in lieu of a 2-lane driveway, and he's going to allow the applicant to pick the location of that. So just if there's a bump off somewhere, since it is a fairly long driveway, that way it doesn't create a hazard. With all this being said, Planning and Zoning Department recommends approval with the following. Approve waiver requests 1 and 2. For conditions, just notes on the plat to drainage plan will be completed and approved by the Fremont County Engineer for Lot 2 at the time of development. And any replacement or relocation of non-compliant structures shall be in compliance with the development requirements of the zone district. So if something ever happens, it just has to meet when it goes back. And then for contingencies, we have 2 plat corrections. The surveyor's note number 5 on the plat states Zone District 3. That will need to be corrected to Zone 2, Residential 2, and then remove the ownership name. So 2 plat corrections, 2 conditions, and approval of the waivers.
Okay,
That is it,
that's it.
I think.
I do have a question for Mr. Doran. I just want to make sure that you and the applicant understand the fire department or the fire district's request for a pullout?
Yes.
You do understand
I
what
do
they're talking about?
understand that, yes.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to double check. Sometimes when things are in writing, it's hard to see in your head. So
No, there'll
I just-
be adequate room for a pull-out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Victoria, the applicant?
The only thing I don't see is a driveway permit.
Comment from FCDOT, you mean?
Yeah.
Turn on your mic.
Thank you, sir. My mic. That's a great question.
Because you said coming off of County Road 45?
Yes.
Correct?
Yep. Yeah. Give me 2 seconds and I can look that up.
No, the driveway was going to be, if I remember correctly, was going to be approximately 700 feet from, I believe it's 340 at the top of that little rise, so it was adequate for the space for visibility there.
I apologize. My computer is
here's that.
slower than me.
I actually do have a question about that. And again, I'm not sure who would be the best person to answer this. Do we require that driveway access permit before development, or can that be required at the time of development?
So a driveway access permit is the first step in the process in order to get any permitting. So if we approve the subdivision, to pull any permits to do anything to access this parcel, they would have to submit to my office for a driveway access permit, which then triggers FCDOT to go out and inspect it.
So that is not required for today's action?
It is not. Normally, as part of the subdivision review, FCDOT would provide a comment, and we'd have it in the file.
Okay.
But no, that is not a requirement.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Well,
Anything else?
Well, I'm not finding it either, but I think it's, yeah, so it needs to be part of the motion, I'm guessing.
Would you like to do that?
It's his turn.
Just for clarification, Dan, not to beat a dead horse here, but when we talk about ADUs and we talk about two-family properties and things like that, are duplexes allowed on these size properties?
Not in a residential two.
Okay.
No, so,
They are an LDR and HDR.
yes. So our regulations do allow for a primary and an ADU in most zone districts, which this lot would be eligible for if it could meet all the criteria. But a primary and ADU, we don't consider that.
Right. But usually in those situations, you have access to sewer systems, not septics, and things like that in LDR and HDR.
Yes, in LDR, HDR, because the intensity is.
Again, not to beat the dead horse, but there are reasons for his concerns that he brought up earlier, and I think it'd be concerns that we would have here that doesn't become one of those kind of properties. Because when we talk about, the zone change and then a minor subdivision, we are already doubling effectively the density of that particular universe. And then you have an extra residence on there, you're doubling that density again. And so we want to be, I want to be very clear that is not the intent of this, that the intent here is a single residence for each lot. And
Correct.
there would be separate sanitation systems, separate wells, et cetera, on those, so. Dan.
I just found a letter from Mike Witt, and his statement was the applicant will be required to submit a driveway access permit. At the time of, he could do that once this is approved, or wait until development, but it will be a triggering thing, it must be done before there's development.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
I'm good.
Anybody ready to turn that list into a motion?
Man, I can try, Mr. Chair. I think I may have to ask for help on the contingencies, but anyway. I would move to approve a minor subdivision 25-002 Kiwish, which is at 360 Granite Hills Road, Cotopaxi, with approving the waivers of storm and drainage plan report for time of development, soil testing, time of development, with the following conditions that note on the plat, stating that at development, the drainage plan report will be completed. Note on the plat, replacement or location for any reason and non-compliant structures shall be in compliance with the development requirements of the zone district if the property at the time of placement is relocated. Approval of soil testing waiver at the time of development. Surveyor's note number 5 on the plat shows zone district 3 needs to be corrected to R2.
Yes.
Remove ownership names from the adjoining properties on the plat. Apply for an access permit before any construction, and the contingencies, there was a couple of those, and I,
Those are at
covered
the
them.
end of
Oh,
the
that was-
Yep, you covered them, yes, sir.
Yes.
okay. Did I get everything?
Yes.
So I apologize for this, but I'm going to question adding the driveway access permit here as a contingency, because that's already written into our requirements,
Yes.
right?
Yes, it is.
And it's not something that we would typically add to this, so I just feel like it's.
Either way, it doesn't
it's
matter, they
maybe
gotta get one
extraneous.
to make anything
They
happen.
do have
so
to
it
have
really doesn't
one.
matter.
So making, if we were requiring it,
Yeah,
if we're making this approval contingent upon that.
Right.
Then we would
Yep.
include that, but since we're putting it off until the actual building permit.
We can take that off,
We don't
just-
need to
Okay.
include it.
you made enough stink about it that they know they have to get one before they build anything, right? And the
Okay.
building department will let you know too, so maybe
Yeah.
that, take that part
All
of the
right.
motion.
I will second that with the removal of that driveway access permit part. Thank you.
Okay. Are we?
We repeat that?
I think
Yeah,
we're done.
please repeat that. How dare you? I dare you. Did we get everything?
You guys nailed it.
I'm pointing at both of you. Yes. Okay, you do.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Does the clerk have all that? And,
Well, it's all in the file.
no,
so.
but we do have a recording of that, so. Okay.
Yeah, we heard it.
Any further discussion? It has been moved and seconded. Roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you all.
Guys.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
And that being the end of our business on our agenda, we are adjourned.
Are you sure you want to do that?